Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to get into a good talk today. I'm going to get into the anti-vax hypocrisy, all COVID-19. I'm tired of the bullshit, the people. It's such a large amount of work to get rid of all of those that have gotten on to my Facebook. I need them gone. I have to rebuild. It's important. Because I don't do liars, I don't do lunatics. That's not going to help our PCC. I don't want the narrative going forward. But before I get into that, I have bad news. I was rejected, punted from the Regional Chiefs Council meeting yesterday. I never got in. National Chief Roseanne Archibald had me blocked. I couldn't even get in. So that is that. Seemingly all is lost. However, Alberta did not put a regional chief forward. My 49 chiefs of the province of Alberta squashed the regional chief, removed her. Portress is gone. They'll be having an election. They'll be having a new regional chief. That's 49 out of more than 2,050 across Canada, plus all the Inuit, Métis, and unceded as well. Likely it's near 3,000 I have to go through. I'm going to have to painfully do that one by one, email after email, video presentation after video presentation. I own a large Zoom platform. I can host such events. I can do that. There's that option still, but it's a monumental amount of work. It will take a lot of time. It's worth it, as I have remaining only a little bit more than 6 months, about 6.5 months when you factor in Christmas and New Year's. Basically, I have 6 months left. So it's troublesome, it's worrisome. If I lose the P5 on the narrative of the children's genocide, it's likely not to return. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very highly unlikely if there's no reports by First Nations themselves. So I'm going to reach out to all the groups. There's still First Peoples Law. I have not lost that law firm, and there is one more in Ontario that still has support for me, so I'm not finished. It would have been nice to have all 16 of them across Canada, but with the Catholic Church narrative, the narrative with the National Chief, with the Governor General and the Government of Canada, it's pretty clear who they're batting for. It's not any of you, it's not the First Nations people, it's definitely not Canadian third and second class taxpayers. They would have those slaves on the hook for everything. And the first class politicians guilty of clear genocide, off the hook, free to continue their reign of terror, which not only blatantly is against First Nations, it's there for the third class. We catch it all the time. Recently in Alberta, we see that with just the unions and the ATA, and how many children were raped just by one teacher. How many of those stories exist across Canada, modern, in our living time? Lots are swept under the rug. We all know it's true. Just look at all the church groups, the societies, the non-profits, all attached to that first class. So that's the update. It is discouraging. It was not unexpected. I kind of knew that days ago. I talked about it, but it was official. I was tossed, removed, not allowed to participate. So it's another blow. But like I said, with Roseanne Archibald running the show, it was clear that she already blocked me on her platforms. She'd have me removed there. Which is interesting, because why would you not want all options made available, especially when it comes to clear justice? And since Canada doesn't participate in real world courts, why would the First People not want that, especially the National Chief? Why would you not want to look at that viable, verifiable option? Corruption of the Crown, drunken with the power, clearly in love with the Crown, all for themselves, not for any of you. That's that. Now we're going to get into the second part, anti-vaxxers. The monumental amount of lies, propaganda, clear hypocrisy. And I'm going to tell every Canadian, because you should all listen, every first person, you should all listen. And this is for everybody. I am not a wealthy citizen. I'm of the third class. I spend where I can. I put in money where I can. I ask nothing from nobody. It's always been your actions, your time, your energies, what you commit on a voluntary basis. Lots of people over the years have put in time and energy. Nobody more than myself. I've always led by example. I put forward my own monies. In the election period, legally in 2019, I did take donations. I accounted for all that. I had quite a bit of donations for a nobody, and I did really well with that. I accounted for all the money. It was all into the political party and that election cycle. And my campaign, I did what I had to do. I got it all done. And other than that, everything else I do is financed by myself. I don't beg. I don't ask for money. I don't take donations because I'm not registered yet. There's a time and place for everything. And I've already been through this for many, many years. I know the legal system inside and out. I've had lots of people stab me in the back. Lots of people, they want to help, and then as soon as you take the littlest thing, they're right there to persecute you for it and try to usurp or own you. And I learned a long time ago, 85% of people are absolutely garbage, full of shit. They're lazy, they don't do the work, and they get in there just to try and destroy. That's what people do. This anti-vaxxer movement is a prime example. I pull the data from my province of Alberta. It's a province I've mastered for a very long time ago. I have a society there, still alive in Alberta. I get all kinds of data, any data I wish to pay for, and I do it through that society that I own. And I have a board in Alberta that's still functionable today. And I spent $352+ on grabbing statistic analysis from Alberta. Uncorrupted data, all of Albertans' legal healthcare numbers. So I know not who, but I know the ages, the birth dates, and I know what you've went to the hospital for in time periods I wish to look at. And I get charged by the hour for that, even though I do all the work. But if I want that statistical analysis open to me, I have to sign forms. The government has to watch me go through it, basically, see what I'm up to, and I have to register what I'm doing with it. And I also have to agree what I'm allowed to disclose and what I'm not allowed to. And what jumps out at me is when I went through these claims by anti-vaxxers that I had to pay for to disprove their bullshit. And that's what it really is, because they don't run on any real stats. They try to claim that thousands and thousands of administrators across Alberta are smudging the numbers. You're going to get thousands upon thousands of people to all share in a lie and a fraud. You're going to get thousands of them to do that, and nobody's going to rat it out. That's not possible, and I have a shitload of people in prison who will tell you they're there because they told more than one or two people about the crime they were committing. It's how they got caught, and it's how they ended up in jail. That's a reality. You don't get away with crimes of thousands of people. You don't have people smudging numbers in a major group like that. You just don't. People are going to feel bad, they're going to tell, or they're going to take pictures and they're going to record people, and that's reality. This is bullshit conspiracy of liars. And when you look at the data numbers, this is what really gets me. I look at injuries and children under the age of 12, there is no real stats right now, way too early. way too early. So that is a bold-faced lie. When I pull the data all the way till December 3rd last week on children in Alberta, the overwhelming numbers of children in the stollery and pediatrics, it's all surgeries backlogged, and I have these healthcare numbers going back to the dates in September where they were scheduled and cancelled by birthday, by healthcare number, real Albertan children who were put off. There's 805 of them, and then they're re-registered in the system of another 1,105 since then, scheduled for surgery. Just in those months, I can look at Calgary, Edmonton data where it's all done Alberta-wide. I don't know if people realize that, but I get to see where this stuff's occurring. You get to look at it. You actually get to research it. You get to look at death statistics, which was so important to the anti-vaxxers. Oh, look, spontaneous abortion. Oh, look, these women were vaccinated. There was 23 of them. Do you know how many died, babies, spontaneous abortion, because of drugs, alcohol, and all kinds of other abuses of the mother? Numbers way beyond anything any of you hypocrites are talking about. Way beyond it. Do you know how many spontaneous abortions happened with women who got violently ill with COVID-19 last year? Way beyond any vaccination stats. I am sorry, but fuck all of you hypocrite, lying losers. I want nothing more to do with you. I did the region of Alberta. I paid for it out of my pocket. And I can go back, and I have gone back, in the library of statistics for all the years, long fucking before COVID. And these stats remain staggering. And as you watch different drugs get introduced and you overlap, and we can pay for that too, you can do that research. And for those who follow me, have known me a long time, I'm blessed. I'm a visual mathematician. That's what I was listed as when I went through testing many years ago in college. That's my talent, and I have a talent to read. I have a talent to comprehend. I do well in managerial accounting. It was something I went to school for. Economics, very well. I can visually get through the detailed math. That's my skill set. That's what God gave me, and I use it to the best of my ability each and every day of my life. I don't lie. I take the numbers as they are. I don't pretend things. I don't create fictions or manipulate stats and bullshit statistics to fuck my people over. I don't fuck anybody over. I don't make any money. I'm not running across Canada tied to political parties and special interests, getting paid to fuck people over and fuck society up. I don't do that, and I'll never do that. Never in a million years. I give nothing but absolute truth, and this video is absolute truth. And no, I haven't done all of Canada in this tremendous detail. I could never afford that. I don't have the time, and I don't have the money. That's the truth. But what's good in one region, my home province of Alberta, is very likely to be unanimously true across Canada, with varying degrees of differences, I'm sure. But when I lived in Oshawa, Ontario for 4 months just this year, Simcoe Street South, blocks and blocks of heavy drug abuse. I saw it firsthand. One of the ugliest, dirtiest things I've ever seen, an absolute disgust, filth, and grotesque disease of women. What happened to babies and children for blocks. I lived there. I saw it. Visually saw it. And I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. I lived down in the 118th in the time of it. the 107th in the time of it. Andrea Vargas Pine, Ryan Pine, my best friend, we lived on 118th for 4 years. What's called the Cromdale area. A couple of tough boys in the north side. We've seen things, like a lot of people have seen things in their life. But the hypocrisy of the anti-vax talking about stillborns and vaccinations and being the culprits when drugs and alcohol shoot past it by a seriously large margin this year alone. And crickets, you're going to compare apples to fields of poppies. Basically, that's what we're talking about, opioids. And that kind of numbers. Go to hell, anti-vaxxer group. You're all lunatics. I want nothing more to do with any of you. The faster I can get rid of all of you off my Facebook, the better. You're garbage. You run on pure fiction. You have zero stats. And it's beyond pathetic. It's beyond anything else now. You all disgust me. And I want you gone. And I'm working diligently hard to remove each and every one of you. And just for Facebook people to understand, I have a large following of these crazy lunatics. It's my fault. My wasted energies as I toured across Canada in a pandemic on a race for a 2023 election, and Justin Trudeau swooped the carpet out from under me and had a good old laugh with his best bum buddy, Maxime Bernier. They both had a good laugh as they're raping the most susceptible, the weakest minds, the ones I tried to grab, the ones I tried to help. And what did I get? Laughed at by the worst of the worst, first class. I learned a lot. I have broad shoulders. I will clean this up and I will go forward. I will get the party done. It has crippled me pretty bad, and in the third class world, it is a massive loss in financial, in resources, and everything else. And I know those two cocksuckers are laughing. I know they're having a good old laugh. Maxime Bernier disgusts me as much as Trudeau. I hate those two motherfuckers with a passion. I couldn't stomach being in a room with them now. I don't even know what I would do. Likely, if either one of them came knocking on my door in any political bullshit. That's a tough one, to tell the truth. But this is my video. This is reality. And those who can't stomach it, get lost. Stop messaging me with your bullshit, your bitch shoot crap. I've been through all the statistics in real statistical analysis because I am an expert. I'm trained, it's my education, and I do it because I love my people, all the peoples. I do follow Jesus as best as I can. I will never be Jesus because I'm not the Son of God, but I will do my best, my very best, to deliver for everybody absolutely always the truth 100% of the time, and I will take my lumps when I go down the wrong paths. I always take my lumps. I will clean this up and I will fix it and I will rebuild whatever it takes, time and energy. And they can keep laughing, and please keep coming forward, lunatics and crazies, and keep blocking you. I appreciate that because I want you fucking gone. I don't want you around anymore. You're sick. You're sick. That's it. Thanks everybody. That's my video. God bless you. Enjoy your day. On my way to work. Bye now.